Hey, welcome to a special stream. I was trying to think what I really wanted to fly today, and we got a beautiful day here in St. Louis. Got a beautiful aircraft sitting in the hangar called a vFlyte Piper Arrow 3. Why not just go up and just have a lazy Sunday VFR flight? Albeit when you see where we're headed, may not be so lazy, and I'm not certain we'll be able to get to all of it. Uh, but let's be ambitious, shall we? I always wondered. Nope, didn't think so. All right, I thought maybe I could open up the oil check area. But anyway, Piper Arrow, folks. This, as many of you who follow the channel know, very near and dear to me. This aircraft I really loved flying um, when I could afford it. The Piper Warriors and Archers saw more of my time than this one. Basically, the same airplane, just the gear doesn't disappear on it, retract. So, but great aircraft. I prefer the low wing, just like the aircraft look. The high wing, I get it. That's great for sightseeing because you can look down and see everything. But I just love that low wing. So, but anyway, we're here. November 1089. Quebec will be the animal. We're in Sparta, Illinois. It's about a 45-minute drive from where I live. And we're just going to take off, head over to Missouri. Now, if this were actual flying, we probably would still see a remarkable landscape. It's fall. Those leaves are changing. Now, whether or not the wind blew all those leaves out of the tree, that we don't know, but it would be phenomenal to fly over there in real life. However, we're going to do it on the sim. We got a couple airports lined up today. We're going to go from here in Sparta over to Sullivan, Missouri. Spent many a night there in the truck stops there as a trucker. Had just a short hop down the road to Cuba, Missouri, and we may shoot approaches at each of these airports. And then up to Rolla, and then over to Washington County Airport, and then into St. Charles. SET up on the north, well, just kind of north of where one of my daughters lives. So, and it's up close to Grafton, which is another, if you're ever in the St. Louis area here in the States, there's a road called the River Road. Now, granted, we're just a small section of it. It's a rather long road. But boy, here just across the river from SET Airport, beautiful Grafton, Illinois, just beautiful with the leaves when it's not flooded. And then up the street, so to speak, Pierre Marquette. Oh gosh, great landscapes. Great, just beautiful country. Cliffs. Um, Off the river, Mississippi. Grafton's where the Mississippi, Missouri comes in, Illinois comes in, all there to flow on down to Louisiana on the Mississippi. And the Mississippi, of course, goes on up into Minnesota from there. Through, of course, we know, Wisconsin, between Wisconsin and there. So, all right, so there you have kind of an overview. Again, very simple: Sparta, Sullivan, Cuba, Rolla, Washington County, and then is it Washington County or Washington Airport? I'll have to look it up. But anyway, I know where we're headed, and then over to St. Charles. About 180, I think it comes in on SkyVector, direct flying. 181 and about 2 hours worth of flying. So, if we just overfly. So, all right, so let's get in here. So you can see the aircraft is chalked, has the plugs in for the engine, the little remove before flight. So let's get in here. Now we can do it this way. I don't know if I can remove. Yeah, we're going to have to do it here. Okay, so we'll just remove. And then now I do know we can open up to put our few bags in. Oh, where are you? Now, those of you familiar know there are two latches on a general aviation aircraft, or at least the ones I've flown. I can't remember Cessna, but I'm gonna think there was one up top. But Piper, you have your latch here that we all know you pull down to secure. Not all of them, but a lot of them. But you also had one above. So important safety tips for those of need to know safety tips. But anyway, so there's two of them here. Plus you have a way in through the luggage area. Great airplane, love it. Let's see if there's anything. I think that's it. Now, if you want the checklist, this comes right out of a pilot operating handbook for this airplane. I mean, the book I used to have literally is in here. However, of course, written all over it, do not use for real aviation. Do not use. Do not. And if I own the airplane, I really hope I have the real thing. So, but anyway, this is what we're flying, the Piper Arrow 3 again. You can find it here very easily, !Arrow. Great find, great buy. My only critique of it so far is I think the windows may be a little too big. And again, folks, the last time, okay, I actually flew them on a regular basis was back in the 80s. Now, I did do a flight a couple of years ago in my uncle's. Beautiful Arrow, great. Oh, that was so much fun. But the windows seem bigger to me. I don't know. It could just be me. Other than that, I kind of like this plane. There are other quirks like all of them, folks, but it really is fun to fly. So speaking of flying, who's up for a flight with Mike? All right. One more time, let me kind of show this off. Whoa, come on, move. There it goes. All right, now this isn't that proverbial latch. Used to have a big bar that would sit like right here and you'd close. That might have been the Cessnas now that I think about it. So anyway, to close and secure this door. Of course, on this beautiful day, people are going, why would you do that? Why not? And there's the latch up there to make sure is latched. So it's latched top and bottom. Okay. Now let's just come up here. And yeah, I wish I could have done that. There we go. Now, last thing I want to do here is my weight and balance. Now that we're flying 180 some miles, I am going to load. Hang on, I'm going to make this bigger. I'm going to run with 30 gallons. Okay, and we'll have two people, and we're going to have a fun flight, folks. Now, you can get rid of all the fancy schmancy digital stuff here and go back to the original. All you got to do, I'm going to make this smaller again. You can go back to the old ways that I'm used to right there. So there is a nice way to do that. All right, let's get this show on the road, shall we? All right, cranking this thing up is real easy, folks. All right, it's yelling at me to adjust the baro. 2988. Oh my gosh. It's like the world's going to end if I don't do this. 2988. We can survive a few more minutes there. All right. That ought to be close enough. Okay, so let's get this thing fired up, shall we? Master switch, otherwise known as alternator battery or battery alternator. I'm not sure how they put it in here. It's not marked. Rotating beacons, nice to turn on. Same with your nav lights, not required, however. Okay, props are full forward. Give me about a ½ inch on the throttle. Fuel pumps on. There it is. Try again. Okay. When in doubt, I hate this in expl. Okay, when in doubt, just leave it enriched. Technically, you're supposed to go. Your fuel gauge, your fuel pressure will go up. When it gets up, chop it to idle cutoff or lean, crank the engine, push it up as soon as you crank over. Problem with X-Plane is sometimes the mouse doesn't stay hooked to the object. So, and warm them up at 1400. While it's a warming up, we'll hit the continue button here. Everything looks good here. Let's head over here, smash the radio master switch, let everything come alive here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to see what happens here. See if we're going to actually get a flight plan, because it was really weird. SAR-KUUV-KVIH-KFYG-KSET. Okay, it looks like it got it going this time. All right, so there you can kind of see the flight plan. I'd have showed it on Sim Toolkit, but folks, it didn't populate properly, which is fine. It probably would have preferred more of a fixes than airports for fixes. All right, and I'm just using that. Like I said, this is a VFR flight. I'm about to go here in a minute. We'll do the same thing here. Well, I'll tell you, those flights we did several weeks ago in Papua New Guinea, Papua, oh, that was so much fun. Hopping around with the caravan there, just so much fun. All right, so we have our backup in play too. Okay, goal is still not to use the autopilot. However, I am gonna be smart and set our heading 276. Okay, Now, we're going to be flying 276, but watching the ground. We're looking for, well, actually, I'm going to probably go a little bit north. I'm kind of curious. There's a closed airport now. It's actually almost gone. About, oh, what is it, 20, 30 mile up the interstate in St. Clair. Used to be a neat little airport there right off the interstate. Almost paralleled it. The city father said goodbye. Don't know why, but they did. All right, and for an altitude, I'm going to set... you know what? I may have to... $45. Yeah, I may have to. Just realized what I did not set. There we go. All right, let me get on here with November. Hang on a second. Got to get COM2 up and going too here to monitor. All right, there we go. We're online, as you can see up there. Okay, we've warmed up enough, I think. Runway's right up there. We are planning out of here. $27. Last I checked, 27. Bear with me. Like I said, last I checked, 27 is a grass strip. It sure is. Now we'll use which way the winds are here. How about 250? Oh, I see why. Wow, 250 at 12. Gusting to 17, clear skies. We'll go, you know, we'll just, since it's such a short taxi, how about 3.6? Get a notch of flaps in. Trim looks good. All set, ready to go. Taxi light is there. Here we go. Getting my sound up here just to see how loud it is. Not loud enough. And I am going to do my run up right here. Okay. Okay, let's take it up as it says, folks. 2000 RPM. Okay, now what we're looking for is, it's called a mag check. So it should not drop more than 175. Now you can watch it better up here. And what I'll do is click. Okay. Back up. Okay. That all looks good. Next, we're going to want to check oil temperatures, and all are up. Ammeter prop. We're going to want to exercise the prop. What we're doing here. Okay, when you're exercising, there's oil. This is a constant speed prop. So when we get up, we're going to set the prop to an RPM, and the blade will always spin 1900. Even if I'm low on power, it will still spin. Now, it may not hold your airspeed, but it will hold that. And we're just moving that oil. Okay, ammeters look good. Suction's looking good. All right, we can bring her back to idle. Fuel pump's on. And I idle. Once we come to idle, make sure it's good. No coughing, strobes, landing light, we're ready to go. Before we roll, hang on a second. I've got some new chat room commands. All right, just putting this out there. Yeah, in case I miss anything. All right, so we're ready to go. Let's go. Wait a minute. CTAF here. Do I have my charts program open? No. Okay. CTAF 118.375. Okay, got a notch flaps in. Sparta area traffic, November 1089 Piper Arrow departing 36 to the west. Hang on, folks. And I can make it quieter, folks. It's like putting on your headphones. But anyway, welcome aboard, folks, as we slowly make our way out. Now, I'm going to go ahead, kick the autopilot on. And for now, go into heading mode. Why is that not popping out? Well, I'll be doggone. Okay, well, that's fine. You can see how we're tracking here. There's Sullivan. Now, St. Clair is like right here. Now, I think, and pretty sure, good old X-Plane isn't going to have it, which is fine. Now, I can set this so whatever speed we're at, oh, we need to pull some more prop. Hang on. Okay, and that'll make ATC, if any is around us, happy. All right, so we're continuing now because it is actually a little bit of a warmer day here. We're climbing a little slower than I'm used to in it. That's plus we have 210 pounds up front here in both seats, so that's helping too. So I hope you're going to enjoy. We're on our way. But again, please realize with what's going on in the cockpit and all that I could miss chats. So please be a little forgiving. All right. I want to check my map. And that should keep us out of the class. Oh yeah, we'll stay out of St. Louis territory. Looks like Delta and Charlie. Another thing you gotta watch, folks. Watch your fuel tanks. I'm gonna let them drop about 5 per side. Now, you've got 2 ways of monitoring this. Up here on the big electronic FADEX, or not FADEX, but system here, or the old-fashioned way, the gauge. So we started with 30, so we get down to around 25. I'm gonna switch fuel pump on, switch tanks, fuel pump off. 3,500. And yes, it's loud. And yes, it's loud outside. Oh, I'm set 46. Uh, 293, 289. Okay. And to be thoroughly honest, a VFR flight, now I'm like most of you, give me altitude. I want to get up there. But the higher you get up, some of the features you're looking for on the ground get a little more complicated to find. Bear with me here a second. Okay. What I was doing was setting up something for you here in Sim Toolkit. Okay, we're on our way. The Mississippi River's right up here, across the nose there. Let me bring that in right now. Boy, there's a lot of centers up. Okay. All right, so as you see, what I told you, it's just showing us going from Sparta up to St. Charles. Why are we so off course? Well, that's because it's wrong. You always love that, don't you? It's wrong. So we departed here. This is the sectional. This is Sky Vector. It can be either turned on in here. It comes with it. It's a free, or you can, use it outside the program. I find Sim Toolkit very a pilot's gem because of all the information it can provide just in this chart. However, in the US, you can't get any of the charts that are here in SkyVector for the world. Now you can get world views of them, but like when you go in to say, well, let's just say you want to go to Lambert, look at all of those instrument approach charts. You will not find those Frankfurt, any of the airports outside of the US. Okay, so but if you're going to stay in the US, it's free, so as is SimToolkit. But anyway, so I turned it on in here. Here's our route. So we're flying. We're about to cross the river here. And then we're just going to kind of ease on up a little bit. I may put in a heading for here. Then we're headed to Sullivan, Cuba, Rolla, off the VOR to Washington, Missouri, and then finally into St. Charles. Pretty ambitious flight, yes, but we've leveled off. I'm going to see how we're doing speed-wise, which actually looks pretty good. Truing out at 126. How we doing over the ground? So everything's looking good. We're still... we still got a little bit of time before I flip-flop tanks. And let's go ahead and start leaning it out. Save a little bit more fuel. And guys that know how to do this more, it has been so long since I've leaned an engine out properly. Is it max, then drop 10? Or something like that, I thought. Or it has been ages, and then you put your needle there. It's been a long time. But it's how you get the aircraft to make its range instead of flying, and you're not fouling plugs and all of that with all that fuel. You're leaning the fuel back. I thought on this plane there was a way to know what you're burning gallons per hour. Yeah, right here, 9.4. So, all right, but there you have it, folks. We're on our way. Let me get, oh, you guys didn't get to see that. Oh, well. There we go. All right, out the cockpit again. But I hope y'all enjoy a nice little lazy. We'll get as far on this as we can. I'm hoping to get to St. Charles, but we may not. May just be way too ambitious. But again, all we're doing is using the heading and altitude holds. That's it. And then the hand flight from there where needed. Haha, bedtime for you. Thank you, Inuisic. We sure appreciate the cheer of 50 bits. Hope you have a great night. See hopefully tomorrow or on the next stream you're able. Thank you, sir. 50 bits. We appreciate it. Ah, beautiful day here in the Midwest. Most of the weather is now out over the Ohio area. And this is what we have today. And the temperatures are actually in the mid 70s. So beautiful day. The vFlyte, I really like it. I didn't go after the Thronda. And actually it wasn't available yet, so but it's really nice to fly. I forgot to do what you saw on takeoff there, folks, is part of my flight control system being a pain in the behind. If I don't check all of my surfaces a couple of times, then it gets really squirrely. But the aircraft itself is solid. You have two aircraft when you download this. You have the G5, which is what I'm flying. And basically what that's meaning is the ensemble here you're seeing, I'm taking, that means Garmin 5 flight. So I'm hoping I'm getting it right. I'm not really up on GA avionics. But then you have the E1000, two separate aircraft folders, however, and aircraft when you look in your X-plane. Both have that capability to where you can go back to the old way, the way I flew this plane. I didn't have all these neat little HSIs and displays. It was strictly six-pack that you're used to seeing. G5 from X Aviation, again, I'm not 100% sure they're in USIC. I wish I could tell you. I want to lean to a Garmin's kind of setup, but of course they throw vFlyte on it, I guess, to help with trademark infringements and all of that. The E1000's just as fun to fly. I don't know. It just looks more familiar to me in this one. So that's why I'm flying it. Maybe one day we'll get back in. And by the way, you'll get the same liveries you have in this airplane folder in that airplane folder. So November 1089's in there and a few others. The one that I fly. You can see them by going, and you can change them on the fly. Not doing that. I like this one. So really a good package. I know Thronda and Just Flight did a phenomenal one too. So yeah, you're not going to go wrong, folks. It's just, I really just, it brings back so many memories when I fly this. Well, thank you, NUSIC. You have a great night, too. Thanks. And we're hoping for a great stream. Got a lot to it. So we'll over-ambitious. We love it. So catch you next time, sir. Thank you so much for being here and for the biddies. All right, we'll kind of tame this engine down and get inside where it's a little quieter. But just, oh man, the memories that come back. We are now in Missouri. As you can tell, we crossed the river right out our rear view, out of our rear view. The 4-lane there is one of the interstates out of St. Louis, 55, headed to Memphis. Folks may have heard of Memphis. If not, that's one of my places with the really, really great places for charity. St. Jude Hospital. Just an amazing facility down there. Along with the rest of the city, too. Don't get me wrong. If you're into barbecued food, ooh, you're in one of those capital cities for it. All right, we're cooking along here. We're still... So hope you all enjoy. Hope you're just having a great Sunday, folks. Tomorrow, the schedule, by the way, for our flights are out at Twitch and available for you to view. And hope to see you all on them. Got a pretty good lineup this week, I think. So hope you all enjoy them. Okay, we're about halfway to Sullivan. Going to get a little further and then we're going to come down to 2,500. All right, I'm going to kick the fuel pump on. Now, with this setup here, folks, the fuel's right down here. What I recommend is kind of get in a position because you're wanting it to go over here. Don't go over here. It turns the fuel off to the plane. Not good. Okay, we switched over. Make sure your engine's doing fine. That's why the fuel pump's on. All right, we can go ahead, shut off. All right, and we're working our way there. All right, weather out at Sullivan, in case we want to shoot it. Winds also 270 at 13.2993. That's the closest we have, so we'll go with that. And runway 6 or 24. Let's go with 24. And let's start our descent. There we go. Now I can read this a lot better. All right, descent 2500. VS down. All right, we're coming down. Now it's time to see what we can find out here. Got a river here, see where exactly we are. Okay, so we're probably right about here. Let's let you all see what I'm trying to place. So I'm thinking we're right in here, either right up along here or right here, by the way the river's bending around. We're also going to be looking for a major 4-lane interstate. Could be more. We all know how flight sims can be. But yeah, we're probably in that area. Then Sullivan, and then a short run, probably 2500 at best, and then we'll come in east-west runways. I believe there could be the same as here. Those of us in St. Louis who watch news know there's a weather observation point there, and it's one of the ones they always go to with the cameras to see how the weather is. And it was pretty nasty this week. Okay, so we're coming into 2500. We'll give it just a little bit of manifold pressure. To get us back up, and now we'll start looking for some more features. Okay, there's probably the road. Looks like possibly an airstrip there. Again, I am not factoring in wind. I just put it on 276, and I mean, we're a little north of track, which is fine. But I also didn't have this nice little cheater here. Back in my day, we had what was called a map and try and figure out what we see out the airplane. There's supposedly a strip nearby. That looks like the interstate right up here. And believe me, from a sectional, folks. Let me, it's not as easy to pilotage an airplane as many think. It's gotten a whole lot different. I mean, yes, we have some reference points, but it's very difficult. That's why I'm wondering if that's maybe a grass strip, but I'm not showing anything like it. All right, let's get back in here. Might even be our airport there. I don't know. I don't see an interstate, so although we are within. All right, we're getting close. We should be able to see it. Okay, do we got a golf course? No. That definitely looks like a golf course, though. We're definitely on a surface. Would definitely think I-44 would be visible. Okay. And yes, I do find I come up on these airports pretty much right over them, out here in all of these trees before I find them. They're really tucked in here pretty good. Still got a little ways. All right, frequency here 122.7. Okay, I don't see that river on here. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, so we're coming up to it. Now, the trick is finding it. Got it. I believe right off the, got it. And we'll be pretty close to just a long final in. So what we're going to do, we'll do it properly. Airfield will be 933. Let's be at 19, pretty close to what we're at now. All right, airplane's mine. Set up to send down to 2000. How's that sound? Okay, we're on the heaviest tank. Sullivan traffic, Arrow 1089 Quebec. We're going to overfly the field, plan for a left downwind 24. And November 1089 Quebec, approximately 5 miles north east of the field. We'll enter a upwind 2 check winds. Okay. Granted, we could have just came in on a final, but let's kind of do it properly. And there's I-44 for those familiar with the area and out here. Okay, landing, taxi, landing, fuel pump. All right, plane's mine. And there's our runway. I cannot see a windsock. Okay. Okay, here we go. Left turn, entering the oh, I can't remember it. Crosswind for runway 24. Okay. Banking back. Wondering if they would have actually done right. Does it say? No, it says. It doesn't really say. And Sullivan traffic, Arrow 1089 Quebec, left downwind, touch and go for 24. After touch and go, we'll proceed south. Okay, 3 green. Little dog leg here. And a crosswind landing to boot. Okay, gear up. Okay, 400 feet. Let's go ahead. Execute like we're going to do it again. And then okay, and exit the pattern. Kind of do the old way VFR. Let's follow the highway to Cuba. All right, we need a course 233. All right, we had a little fun there, didn't we? Let's see if she's going to hold the altitude. All right, and off we go now to Cuba. All right, and we'll drop to 20 on the right tank before we switch them. All right, Cuba is only like 16 miles. By the way, that landing recorded in at 180 feet a minute. All right, now this one you can actually definitely see from the interstate. I have not seen Sullivan, but according to this sectional, looks like I could. This one you can. Actually, they help you out from finding it. There's an airplane on a pedestal right by the interstate saying Cuba Airport, and there's the runway. So, all right, so where does the GPS have us? Just about on top of it, right? Okay, so this airport we're gonna overfly. Their runway 1 and now. What? Hang on. Sorry, folks. C-17 flew over the house. All right, this is saying 1. That is not what I remember here at Cuba. Oh, maybe it is. Okay. There it is. Right there's the airport. Trying to think here with a 27. They don't have weather report here. We'll go off of Rolla 2993. And they're calling it 270, 270. But there it is, folks. And like I said, it is right over the interstate flying. There's the town. You know what? Let's take over. All Cuba common traffic, Piper Arrow 1089 Quebec, overhead, right, upwind for 19. All right, let's get this into a right downwind. Got our speed under control, altitude holding. Not yet. Rolling out. 19. Oh, I didn't know there was a little lake there. I can only imagine how many people on VATSIM are not liking this. And Cuba traffic, Piper 1089 Quebec, right downwind, runway 1, common traffic, Cuba. Second notch. Final flaps. Gears down. And Cuba area traffic, Piper 1089 Quebec, final touch and go, runway 19, departure to the west. Oh, they got them 18 here, okay. Whoa, girl, whoa. Okay, we're gonna abort that takeoff. Hate it when it gets squirrely like this. Unfortunately, that is all in things I don't know how to fix in X-Plane. with the responsiveness and all, it's just so touchy sometimes on the ground. When we get down here, we'll turn around. Okay, bear with me. I want to get a couple things checked before we continue, in case somehow my rudder got knocked out of where it's supposed to be. Okay. Huh. Why is my... Interesting. Okay, much better. I don't know. Oh, there she goes again. Hang on. Okay, now we're going to come around to a course of 283. And since we're again going such a short distance, we'll stay low. And it should be a... I'll take a... Okay, fuel pump can go off. We'll leave everything else as is. All right, this is a bit bigger field, 2 runways. 2993, 270. We have runways 4 and 22. And I'm thinking this could be it right here. Could. Now I'm not so certain. Okay. Next up after this will be Washington Airport. All right, and I forgot we do have Vichy 117. Seven. Is it 7? All right, so we have that as an option 2 now to track. Okay, that was not our airfield. Okay, I'm going to kick us a little bit. Okay, and our track off there will be 46. Okay. All right, I hope y'all are enjoying. It's been kind of fun. Again, my apologies for missing anything in the chat. These 3-4 airports are so close together, things happen pretty quickly with them. All right, don't see. Ah, there's the airport. All right, so I'm going to assume there should be a runway. Oh, my eye is just driving me nuts. Not seeing this cross runway. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'll take the airplane again. Okay. Back to my chart. 23-0. All right, 23. And Rolla Vichy traffic, Piper Arrow 1089, common traffic, base 422. That'll be for a touch and go. Kind of tight. And we're airborne. And Rolla Vichy traffic, we exiting to the north and east. 1089 Quebec. All right. On we go. We'll do 3,500 instead of 5,500. And we got about 45, 46 miles to Washington County, and then on to St. Chuck. I hope y'all are enjoying, and really glad y'all are in. Nice VFR day here in the St. Louis area, so I thought, why not go take it out and try to do our best VFR flying. Not the greatest, but hey, it is fun. Is better pushback not working? Original Godspeeds. Was working for me last time. I don't know why it wouldn't. Unless I do need to take the update. Pretty sure I don't need a better pushback tug on this one. Okay, I'm gonna kinda ease on over to the VOR and track it out. Make sure we're saying, oh, it doesn't tell you about over here. Doesn't, oh, that's not the 530 that would tell you. Okay, we're coming into 3,300. Let me give it a little bit more power. There we go. But again, hope y'all are having fun. And as far as I know, original Godspeed, it should not be broken. I haven't heard of anyone else asking. By the way, that landing 194 and the one in Cuba 169 before we got really squirrely on the runway. But again, thanks for everyone being here. Hope you're all enjoying. I know some people clamor to see the VFR flights. I think they're fun, don't get me wrong. Would love to see, hey, those of you that love them would love to see you off the wings here on VATSIM. We are VFR. So even if a controller comes up, guess what? We're VFR. But we can always request flight following. All right, and we should be on the other side of that VOR. We are. So now I'm going to do a little intercept here. Should start seeing the needle move. I don't want to go too steep, although I may have to. Plenty of airports out here, folks, for y'all to take off and join in. If you don't have aircraft, the Cessna 172 will do. Cirrus will do. Even the Cub and I can't remember the other one. Doggone it. I think we may, but we're doing pretty good. Winds actually now at our tail. So we're going about 133 over the ground. Yeah, should have turned it in a little tighter. I know the typic is 30 to 40 degrees, but that close to the VOR, I thought that might be too steep. Again, not a VFR or IFR rated pilot in the real world, only private pilot. So I do the best I can. However, tracking these things, that is a VOR thing. I mean, a VFR thing. I think the needle's starting to move. Yes. All right, so when we get within about 1 dot, we'll turn on course, or cheat and turn it on nav. That's something I'm still trying to figure out. Why is it not? But yeah, we'll just kick nav. Like I said, folks, we're doing VFR. We're not trying to do any razzmatazzing out here. We're obviously not. We're just, having some fun. So, 'kay, I've got her set for nav. I'm going to stay on heading. Keep her at about 060. We're on a good course for Washington. And Washington Airport, as soon as we get a sec here, one runway looks kind of like 350 maybe? 3315. Wind there. Got any reports with Sullivan? Still 2994. Okay. All right, now let's kick it over. Four 643 miles. Okay, just making sure. All right, we got about a 320 direct cross. Now, I know it can't be 43 knots, is it? Or is it 4 knots? Okay, wind charts. Let me see here. All right, we are on this leg, 24, 23. Okay, so we're good. How we doing on fuel? Getting close to a changeover. All right, so we're back to VFR. Out the window, folks. Out the windows. Try to figure out where you are by the chart. That is not sometimes an easy task. Good thing is we are on a course off this VOR. Should take us right to Washington. I turned the DME on? Really? Oh my goodness. I would not have guessed that. 117.3. Oh, 117.7. Whoa, get the right one. There we go. So there we are. We're about 18 miles off that VOR, headed straight up here if everything's in here correctly. 46 degrees should put us right over uh, Washington, and we should be able to do a loop around for landing. And if you will, folks, I'm going to take a break that you all have been taking a break. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Need to grab something to drink. All right, folks, we're back with you. All right, currently pretty close. Looks like about 20 miles, a little less than 20 miles out. We're at 3,500. Oh, my eye has been driving me nuts today. Okay. So the game plan here, well, Brett's looking at Sullivan, helps to look at the right airport. Okay, so we're gonna land on 3-3, or wait a minute, wait. I would say 3-3 is the preferred runway here. 290 at 9. Got the 14, yeah, 291. Now, here's the interesting dilemma on the way out of here. First off, let's get on our Unicom. Okay, now, common traffic here at Washington Regional 22.8. Hate to break it to them on Unicom, you're going to hear me again. But then we enter the TRACON, and I'm going to make sure. Currently, Kansas City is not online, so we're pretty much free to get up to St. Charles after this. But just know if you're flying VFR, once we get to what's called New Melly, Missouri, I'm familiar with it. I know y'all are like, well, I have never heard of it. Don't worry about it. At that point, approach is going to tell you to call them. As long as you are between 5 and 8,000, you'll be in class Delta. Is that Delta or Charlie? Anyway, you're going to be within their airspace. You might as well understand you're going to be overflying their routes and so forth. Actually, I am going to change my flight plan just a tad to help out here. Okay. All right, so where is it with, oh, so it's the river you see ahead of us, folks. That's the Missouri or Missouri River. If you live in Missouri, you're in the land of misery. Although, great election, that's as far as we go with election talk. Okay, still tracking, looking for an airport. Should be on the other side. This whole area here is Washington, Missouri. Very well known. This is the Missouri wine country. So should be got a runway. I think I have the runway. All right, taking the plane. Maybe not. Oh well. We still need to come down. That's the actual highway. Oops. All right, the runway should. Oh, I think it's right past what I thought it was, that road. Huh, I don't remember seeing that, but that doesn't say much. And this is called Washington Regional. Okay. Airfield is at 480, call it 500. So 1500 would be a good pattern altitude. Washington Regional traffic. Piper November 1089 Quebec coming in from the south, approximately 5 miles out for touch and go 33. We'll just fly over the river. Get this thing slowed a little. Whoa, a little too steep. All right, landing gear. Flaps 2. And Washington Regional Traffic, Piper November 1089 Quebec, final 433, touch and go. Little wide, but that's okay. Flaps full. Get some power here to maintain. Get some trim. All right, we're in glide path. 1 dot. We need 2 red, 2 white. And by the way, folks, anytime you want to put a prediction in, go for it. We'll let you know on the go what we did here. And that'll give me a chance. I'm not putting any in. I'm just way too busy. So again, I have a text message for that, letting you know that I'm having a hard time following chat because of how busy we are. Please do not think I'm being rude. Just way too busy in the pit here. Okay. Okay, runway's not makeable, so get that gear back up. And Washington Regional Traffic, November 1089 Quebec, departing to the northeast towards St. Charles. Go ahead and do this. Not the way I probably should have turned, but we'll do it. Give us a little view of the area here. Yeah, the other thing I didn't have when I was a flying private pilot, trim on the control yoke. It's pretty cool, but it's sometimes a little too much for me. All right, we're just going to keep climbing here. Yeah, I should have turned right instead of left. There's the airport. I'm going to go ahead and turn out. Now, we're going to tune in St. Louis VOR. Yeah, somehow I had yanked it back to ungodly numbers. All right, let's get back under the autopilot. Why is it doing that? Why is it constantly trimming itself so badly out of whack? I know I need to that's weird. Unless I'm doing something wrong. Okay. Don't trust me, folks. That is a possibility. Okay, fuel pump on. Let's get this turned back to the left. Watch the engines. Or engine. Sorry, folks. All right, BS. Okay, now I am going to tune in St. Louis, which is 117.4. Okay, and we'll go straight to there. From St. Louis, it's a 5-mile run to the airport. So we'll be down pattern altitude. Matter of fact, we're out of the traffic area. Okay, so we're still good. Radio there is 118. St. Charles set is 075. My bad. Okay, so we're all set frequency wise. 24 miles out. Again, if we're pinged by either center or approach, we're in their airspace. Okay. Even though it's 5 to 8,000, we still will contact. So hope you enjoyed. Any questions or comments? I hope I haven't missed. Again, I'm not intentionally not looking. It's just a lot going on. Okay, let me just catch up with this last landing. Okay, last landing looks like 194 feet a minute. 58 knots, a little slow. But that's what it looks like. And just going back through here. All right. Sorry, folks. A lot going on here. Anyway, we're direct now to St. Louis VOR. Looks like about a course 050. Actually 055. There we go. All right, so let's get this thing in and we can call it a day, folks. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, okay. Meant to be just a lazy Sunday VFR flight for you all. For me, a little bit more to it. Hang on a second, folks. All right. All right. Kind of lost where I was going there. So again, hope y'all are enjoying the flight. All right. Now I know where I was going. Okay. St. Louis VOR. St. Louis is 2991, 2990. So we'll set for our airport. All right. I'll be right back, folks. Sorry for that. I'll be right back. Again, sorry for that interruption, folks. Oh. Okay, looking out the window, that's what the goal is here. The Lambert should... I believe for our route be right over here. Well, you can't see my cursor, but should be off to our right out here in the distance. I believe we're headed for the VOR up here in St. Charles County. However, it is St. Louis's VOR. And then our airport will be close to the nose. We're going to be turning just a bit. I think we will take a look at the weather here real quick while we have time. There's all our, yeah, let me pull that up. There we go. Oh, they disappeared. Oh, got it. That was great. All right, so what I did is I just changed slightly and took us here to St. Louis. Okay, and then we'll be on a 030 for the runway. Now, 280 at 11. Yeah, we'll go ahead and plan to land north. All right. You can see each of our different landings. All right, so here we go. Yeah, there's Lambert. You can see that pretty much out in the distance off the right wing. Let's see if we can start seeing our airport yet. Doubt it. That's actually another one out here. And but everything on the river way out in the distance, that's the bluffs and the beautiful scenery, folks. If you ever get a chance and you're out here in St. Louis, to go exploring. The confluences of the Illinois into the Mississippi. Mississippi's off the left wing, Illinois in the distance. They meet, as you can see, and then just a little south of there, the Missouri meets in as well. So, and what I think I'll do here is the same thing we did. Oh, there's the other airport right here. I believe. Let me check this out. All right, Lambert. Since I had some toolkit up and talking at the same time, straight abeam. Right here's the Mississippi out in the distance, the Illinois. Now they'll meet into the Mississippi. And again, over here, the Missouri meets the Mississippi, this airport. Wow, this one doesn't show up, but I do know it exists. Not sure why. And our airport is beginning to show up in the distance too. So let me get in here, take over. And we are currently 1 mile. So my plane. Like I said, we're going to overfly the airfield. St. Charles Common Traffic. Piper Arrow, November 1089, Quebec. Over the St. Louis VOR, turning to overfly the airport, enter a left downwind, 18. See if we can make this one of our better displays today. 437, so we'll call it 1500 for pattern. Okay, let's make our turn to the north as I see and look. Now, one little tip I can give y'all for those a little unsure. On your OBS, oh wait, we're coming in for 3.6. Don't worry about the needle, you know, the deflection. What you're using it for is to help guide you into what you're doing. And I believe I have a correction for St. Charles traffic. We'll be using 3.6. Okay, and we are now crosswind. I'm going to go ahead. It's a neat airport if you ever get a chance to get out to it, folks. Really is. The Boeing has some stuff out here, plus this general aviation. I think the Confederate Air Force, commemorative, is out here as well. I think they have the B-25 here, or they used to. If not, it was the airfield behind us. Okay, we're going to level off right about here. Start bleeding some speed. St. Charles traffic, 1089 Quebec, upwind, 3.6. Okay, let's turn our crosswind leg. Try and make this our best yet. And again, because you set that OBS, if you haven't noticed, now you have a real defined pattern. Now I'll roll out. Now I may be off a little, but I'm maintaining my 1400. That's a 1,000-foot pattern here. Okay, let's go ahead, turn our downwind. Now, I'm not going to call it just yet. And if you can, try standard rate turns. We'll talk about that on the ground real quick if I remember. But basically, your turn and bank indicator, that airplane, as long as those wings are lined up with the lines, you're in a standard rate 22-degree turn. Okay, downwind. There's our runway. All right, we're about to, okay, we are slowed, I hope. Okay, gear. And we'll get our first notch of flaps in. Now we're looking for what Sim Air Force, we call it the perch. And basically I would be looking here, straight out would be the runway. We're almost there. There's the perch. Oh, we started descending too hard. All right, let's make our turn. St. Charles traffic, November 1089 Quebec, base 3.6. Another notch flaps. Again, you see how watching that HSI is helping here. Now let's continue our descent. And then we're just watching for the runway out here, make our turn. And again, now you're back to visual with the runway. Final check, gears down. Last notch of flaps. St. Charles traffic, November 1089, Quebec, final 436. And the VATSIM look like I'm a little high, so we're correcting, which I kind of figured we would be. Got a wind. This, I'm not used to a gauge to show me that. Coming in. We're kind of crosswind just kind of nicely with this. There, we got it. Red over white. Oh. It gets squirrely again. Don't know why it does that. And no, foot pedals will not help. I know somebody out there already saying foot pedals will do it. All right. Welcome to the final leg, folks. We are done. And St. Charles traffic, Piper 1089, Quebec, off 36 to the ramp. All right. Real quick, wrap up here. We landed 162 feet a minute, a little better on the speed, 61 and knots. And overall, this was a fun flight. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Trying to figure out where I want to park. Yeah, my training flight that I did out of here about 10 years ago over here. So we'll just head over there. But I really hope y'all enjoyed. Nice little lazy Sunday VFR flying. For you all, for me, a lot of work. A lot of work. But it was fun nonetheless. That's what the whole key to this is. Let's make sure that runway's clear. Because it's actually the better runway, especially you Cessna guys. You really enjoy that runway. I would too. I haven't. Matter of fact, you know what? How's the tailwind component? What the heck? You know what? Let's go for it. Let's go for a pattern on here. Wasn't planning on it, but what the heck? Again, feel free to join, folks. I'd love to have the company out here. And what I'll do is just kind of bank off this way. And we'll just kind of hang kind of low here. Let y'all get a little flavor of what the river road that I was talking about earlier is like. Different, all the confluences are here, folks. Illinois River with the Mississippi, the Missouri River with the Mississippi. All right. And like I said, when it's not flooded, which I have not heard if it is right now, we're gone through a lot of rain, and I don't know how the Mississippi is faring. But yeah, it's right here, that road on the other side of the riverbank. That's the river road. Grafton, I believe, is right where we're at here. So, and there's a little ferry and all that goes. It's really neat out here. Get a little further up and around the bend up there is Pierre, what we call Pierre Marquette. In the winter time, the big thing here in St. Louis with the winter, besides all the snow and ice, the bald eagles come in. And that is such a huge attraction. I mean, it's so cool to go down here and watch them. Obviously, they're pulling fish out of the river, but just amazing. All right. But yeah, always fun to fly up here. And there is another airport south of here and a little east, Bethalto. And we're going to head back to St. Charles. No, we're not going to land runway 9. How about runway 27? All right, now we talked about it. If you look at the turn and bank indicator, right next to the HSI, the one with the needles, at airplane, you see how it's kind of lined up with the line there right above L? That's a standard rate turn. Instrument, that's the highest banks you should be doing. VFR doesn't really matter. I mean, we do 45 degrees and all of that, but yeah, that's a turnabout. It's standard rate. Now, probably not advised to do this close to that airport, but it's just real neat here. And the other airport's just down the river. There's a town called Alton, a little bit east of it. Why not? It's a lazy Sunday flight. Let's get in the pattern here. Okay, there we go. 27 is reciprocal, east. All right, let's go ahead, plan our landing. Where's the airport? There it is. Okay, once we see it out, oh, I think we're descending. We're good. Okay. Now this is a short runway, folks. That I do remember. All right, here we go. All right, let's go ahead and make our base turn. St. Charles traffic, November 1089 Quebec. Right base for 27. Okay, a little bit long, but that's okay. That gives us plenty of time to set up. Hey, pretty much headwind. All right. St. Charles traffic, November 1089 Quebec, final 27. And again, welcome to St. Chuck from a different angle. Hope y'all enjoyed. Nice little run around the area here of the Mississippi River and all of what meets it. And November 1089 Quebec, off 27 to the ramp. All right. Okay, let's get her into the ramp here. Let's see what we have. Again, welcome in, folks. Hope you enjoyed. We'll do a quick shutdown here. Taxi light, pitot heat, avionics. Okay, blades forward. And all the avionics are off. Now, one thing about this, folks, if you notice I'm hovering, well, no, you're not able to. The circuit breakers work. So if you want to play failures, you've got them, and you can set them up. I can pop breakers for landing gear actuators, lights, whoopee, marker beacons, pitot heat, the whole 9 yards. You could actually pop them. So, one other thing to think about with this plane. All right, shutting it down. Okay. There you have it, folks. Welcome in. A great day at flying. I really hope you enjoyed. It was fun. Wish I could have seen more of you up that really want to fly GA, but I never see you up on the sim. But I get it. Life comes in. People don't know I'm going to do these kinds of things. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to just go ahead and plug it. All right, there you have it, folks. November 1089, Quebec, on the deck here in St. Charles. We're going to wrap it up. I hope y'all have a great night. Inuasik, I know you're long gone, long time ago, but thank you again for cheering the 50 bits. We sure appreciate it. Again, I hope y'all enjoyed a little lazy Sunday VFR flying. So enjoy the rest of your night, and we will be back in the sky tomorrow. Take a look at the schedule. I think you may enjoy what's coming this week. For now, enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow.